Hi, this is Jordan, and today I want to talk to you about the topic that we all should be familiar with by now: gentrification. Gentrification is a term that was coined back in the 1960s by Marxist urban geographer Ruth Glass. At the time, Glass applied the term to the newly observed habit of upper middle class households purchasing property in traditionally deprived East End of London. Gentrification has been a recurring theme within the United States for many years. You can see how gentrification has revitalized cities and communities that were previously on the decline. If we look at Detroit, it was once a thriving city that was ultimately ravaged by the decline of the manufacturing industry and the migration towards the Sun Belt. Places like Detroit are in need of revitalization. On the downside, gentrification can result in the displacement of current residents through the lack of affordable housing, the inability to access economic opportunities, and the erasure of a culture that had been previously established. A couple solutions I found throughout my research could prevent a gentrification in a community are the increase of community involvement, the increased availability of job opportunities within the community, and making housing more affordable. Community involvement is important because who's going to stand up for displacement and stand for also better living conditions if the community doesn't speak for itself? Not the government, that's for sure. Community involvement and political activism are key factors in persuading decision makers into allowing communities to become more involved in the process of development. The Hope For program and the Easy initiative were put into place by the Department of Housing and Urban Development with the intention of creating public housing, mixed income developments, and the incentivizing of multiple private business capital to the inner city in order to eliminate blight and concentrated poverty. And that was by David Hyrer. Two cities I have decided to discuss for this topic were New Orleans and New York City. I chose these cities because they are cities that are experiencing poverty, yet they are enriched with culture, and they are currently facing gentrification. Also, those are two cities that hold dear to my heart. Hurricane Katrina ravaged the city of New Orleans back in 2005, damaging 200,000 homes and leaving 800,000 residents displaced. Home, and Wyszolkowski, I got it right, concluded gentrification was more likely to occur in neighborhoods with high rate of destruction caused by Katrina in a 10-year span. At the same time, their studies reported that gentrification was less likely to occur in neighborhoods with a high concentration of African Americans. In 2007, there was a sustainability plan put into place known as the Plan NYC 2030 in New York City, which amplifies gentrification in neighborhoods such as Greenpoint, Gowanus Canal, and Stuyvesant. In order to protect themselves from the effects of gentrification, residents showed their resilience through rent stabilization and home ownerships. Rent could not exceed the amount of $2,000, and annual increases were overseen by the Rent Stabilization Association. In conclusion, gentrification is necessary in the process for cities that are in need of revitalization. However, it cannot work if it results in the displacement of residents in the community and the culture that they have established. Some key takeaways would be gentrification has left a lasting impression on the neighborhoods and communities it has affected. It cannot work unless it's working for everyone involved, and residents should not have to fight in order to keep their homes. I hope this was helpful, and have a great rest of your semester.
Today say